What if there was a moment tomorrow when your entire life turned upside down? What would that mean to you? My moment came 20 years ago when I was crossing the road. And just about halfway through, I looked up and suddenly the truck that had been so far away when I'd started was bearing down upon me at speed. And I tried to get out of the way. And a moment longer, I would have been clear. But I didn't have that moment. And I hit the front of that truck so hard I put a dent in the metal. And then I went under the front wheel and I was dragged underneath for about 40 yards until he finally stopped. And I didn't lose consciousness, so I was aware of every single microsecond of what was happening to me. And they say that your life flashes in front of you. And I would love to tell you that and be so dramatic, but it's not true. But what it really felt like was that time went on forever and ever and ever. And I just felt as though I was spinning and spinning and spinning and just thinking, he's never going to stop. And it felt like hours. And finally he did stop. And all of a sudden I felt the agonizing pain that was in every single part of my body. And I looked at the road and I saw all of this blood. And I started to scream. And that was the end of that part of my journey. And you're probably thinking, that's terrible. And that's true. But everything is a matter of perception and how we look at things. And I was so incredibly lucky. Because I shouldn't be on this stage even talking to you now. It was a miracle that I survived. I broke my femur. I could have lost my leg. I tore every bit of skin from my back all the way down my leg. It could have been my face. That blood came from a head injury. I could have had brain damage. And if that driver had just gone a couple more meters, I would have been under the back wheel. So I was incredibly lucky. And most of the time in life, we really don't appreciate how lucky we are. We're so focused on the things that are going badly in our lives, the things that we didn't work out the way we wanted them to, that we really don't think about just how blessed we are in every moment, how many things there is in any moment of our lives to feel so grateful for. So I was lucky. I didn't feel very lucky in 5 months in hospital or 4 years of surgery. I railed against the world. I was in so much physical and mental pain. I wallowed in soft pity. I raged against the world. I couldn't understand why this should have happened to me. And so often we put all of our energies into situations that we just can't change. Instead of thinking about, what is the thing here I can change? Well, the only thing I really can change is me. The only thing I can change is how I look in the world. What I create about what's happened to me right now. And one of the things that happened in those 5 months was I found this strength and determination that was in me. The same that's in every single one of you. And I created a meaning for what had happened to me. I chose to decide to create that meaning. And that meaning was that I was in the wrong path in life. And destiny had intervened to put me back on track. I chose that meaning. And that took me through everything. Because nothing has any meaning in life except the meaning that we create. And we can create empowering meanings or disempowering meanings. And so often we create those disempowering meanings. How many times have you created something that made you feel small, that held you back, that made you feel less than, that stopped you doing something that could really create some potential? But you have the power to create that meaning. You have the choice. Because we always have a choice. And life is so full of choices. We make choices every single day. We make huge choices and tiny choices. And sometimes those tiny choices make huge inroads into our life. Do we make the choice to have a cream cake or not? Go to the gym or not? Make that call or not? because it's always a choice. And it's so easy sometimes to think, actually, we don't have a choice. But it's not true. Even if sometimes that choice is how I respond to someone else. When someone tries to hurt you, do you try and hurt them back because you feel that pain inside? What if you did something different instead? What if you really thought about, why is this person being like this? Can I respond differently? Can I choose not to say, you made me feel like this? You made me cry? Because it's not true. Because nobody can make us feel anything unless we choose to allow that to happen. So when we decide that those choices don't exist, we start to not take responsibility for our lives. And that's the easy choice. Because it is easier to think, I'm not going to be accountable for this. Something else is in charge. But you need to decide to choose, is that how you want to live your life? Do you want to be the driver in life? Or do you want to be the passenger? Do you want to be an effect? Or do you want to be a cause? And these are the choices that we can make in every single moment of our lives. As we make those choices, from the first choice when we get up in the morning, to the last choice we make at night, to the meanings that we create for our lives. We need to decide what life we'll have for ourselves. I really have no idea what different kind of life I might have had. My life in these last 20 years, I've had so many incredible experiences, so many opportunities, so much joy, so much pain, so much disappointment. And if I'd had that extra moment 20 years ago, and instead found myself on the other side of the road saying, wow, that was close, what would that life have looked like? It would have been different opportunities, different disappointments, different joys, different pains, who knows? I don't think about it. We all have the possibility for the life that we choose to create. And so many times we spend time looking backwards rather than forwards. Think about the opportunities that didn't work out, the doors that closed, the relationship that didn't work out. And we're so busy looking backwards rather than forwards that we don't see the opportunities that are out there waiting for us to grab onto them. We don't see the relationship that could truly make us happy. We don't see the doors that are open because we're looking behind, not forward. And that's a choice. We can choose to look forward. What do you choose? You started this morning. How many choices have you made this morning to get to this point? You made a choice to come here tonight. What kind of possibilities might that create for you? And what will you choose tomorrow? What will you choose for your life? What are the meanings that you will create and choose for your life going forward? Because there is always that opportunity to create those meanings, to create those choices, to have a life that's truly best. Make the choice. Create your life. Create the meaning for your life. Because you don't need to be hit by a truck to create a magnificent meaning for your life. Thank you.